Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband,
Wife!
do you know what the hell we're doing today?
Well, this is kind of a special day. We're starting a new book of the Bible.
Indeed.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we starting today?
We're starting Daniel. The Book of Daniel.
Okay. All right. Not the tribe of Dan.
Mm-mm.
Which I like the tribe of Dan. That was like one of my favorite things in the early bit, you know.
Dan the man.
Yeah. But now we're starting the book of Daniel. Daniel.
Not Danielle.
Yeah, no. I know. I was trying something cute and it didn't work. So.
Oh, Donnie boy.
So, what do you want to say anything about the book before we get into this, or where are we at with?
I have some shit to talk about when we get into it.
Okay, all right. So Daniel, here we go.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, let's hop into the Book of Daniel.
Okay.
Before we do, though, I thought I would read a little bit about who is Daniel? What's this book?
Yeah, who the
What's
fuck is he?
happening? I never heard of this guy, except I guess I did because I was right when I said that I thought there was some story about Daniel and some lions or something.
Right.
And yeah, that's going to happen.
Okay. I think there's a lot of I've heard a lot of stories like over the years about people putting the lion thing to the test. Maybe
I don't know what that means.
Well, I could be wrong, but I think if it's the lion story I'm thinking of, it's like you'll not receive any harm by being in a lion's den or something like that. And then some pastors over the years have decided to test that theory. And it doesn't always go swimmingly for them.
I was going to say, I bet that doesn't always go
now,
well.
Again, I don't know if this is the reference, but like if it is, then this has gotten some people deaded.
Well,
so I'm just saying,
unalived. Guys, let's not.
Yeah, don't go in a lion den. That's not smart.
So the Book of Daniel was authored sometime during the 2nd century BCE.
Okay.
The consensus of modern scholarship is that the book dates to the period of 167 to 163 BCE.
So this is significantly after the Babylonian exile. Okay.
Now that's when it was written, but it takes place prior to that.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It is set during the 6th century BCE.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're looking so confused.
I am a bit confused because I feel like this makes the whole book retrofitted to what they want it to be.
Yes, but and also.
Right. Okay.
Because it's referenced heavily in the New Testament.
Yes.
So it's not only retrofitted, but another religion entirely retrofits their religion too, Daniel. Which is retrofitted. You know what I'm saying?
That's fun. Yeah. Okay.
So,
right. So this is more like we kind of got on this idea in Ezekiel where some of the ideas were starting to change, and this is kind of like furthering some of those ideas maybe.
I don't know about that. We're getting back into Storyland, the first few chapters.
Okay.
But let me just continue. We'll talk about that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
It's generally accepted that the book of Daniel originated as a collection of Aramaic court tales. And that's particularly true of, I think, the first 6 chapters are just stories. Aramaic stories.
Okay. All right.
Okay. They were later expanded by the Hebrew revelations.
Okay.
So they were Aramaic stories, and then the Hebrews, people who are Hebrew, speak Hebrew, do Hebrew, they stapled it together and were like, you're mine now.
Got it. Okay.
The court tales may have originally circulated independently, so they weren't like, stapled together.
Yeah.
6 stories, here you go.
So some of these ideas might have come from earlier on. They just weren't put together until later. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure I understood.
Yep. They circulated independently, but the edited collection was probably composed in the 3rd or early 2nd century BCE.
Okay.
So
all right.
We've got this whole wide swath of like 400 years between when it takes place versus all the way 400 years later when it was actually written.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The author and or editor was probably an educated Jewish person, knowledgeable in Greek learning and of high standing in his own community.
So not Daniel.
Not Daniel.
Okay.
Correct.
All right.
And the reason that I emphasized knowledgeable in Greek learning is because there were several Greek translations of these stories as well.
Oh.
And they don't all match up exactly the same.
Okay.
So we've got Aramaic, Hebrew, and Greek versions of these stories running around.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But somebody, again, picked up the Aramaic ones, wrote them in Hebrew, stapled them together, and said, let's call it done.
Sure.
Okay. So it's possible that the name... It's possible that the name of Daniel was chosen for the hero of the book because of his reputation as a wise seer in Hebrew tradition.
Okay.
So that's something
so
that
one of those oral
indicates.
things that kind of got handed down or whatever, and this is, they're just... Okay. So it made sense to make this name, person, whatever, represent this book, essentially.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily... These stories are not necessarily all quote-unquote Daniel. Necessarily. I'm just saying, because like you said, that they picked the name Daniel, so it doesn't sound like it's necessarily written about a guy named Daniel.
Correct.
Okay.
But a character named Daniel does play the major part in the books.
Sure.
In the book.
Right. So, because that name or that person permeated Jewish culture.
Sure.
Or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't quite following, so I just want to make sure.
Got it.
So we've got a person Daniel versus a character Daniel, and...
I'm just saying, as opposed to like Ezekiel wrote Ezekiel, right? Or Isaiah wrote Isaiah.
Got it.
Like not necessarily, because those were also written by other people and edited by other people or something too. But essentially, those books were based on a character that actually did something along those lines.
There's not a Daniel. Sorry, I'm having a hard time with his name. There's not a Daniel who sat down and wrote some stories.
Got it.
So this book is not written by Daniel.
And the actions weren't necessarily taken by a person named Daniel.
Correct.
It's just Daniel ends up representing the person that is taking the actions.
Correct.
Got it.
I think we're all clear now.
Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yep. You're good. Daniel is one of a large number of Jewish apocalypse stories.
Okay.
And all of these
a good apocalypse story.
Well, all of these kinds of stories are good grief. Pseudonymous.
Okay.
Anonymous.
Yeah.
Pseudonym.
Yeah. Okay.
Pseudonymous.
Yeah, I thought that's what it was. Okay. But I don't know.
I'm really sorry. I'm just having so many problems. I should probably not be doing this right now, but I'm gonna just go ahead.
Yeah, just truck on
power through.
Yeah.
So the apocalypse stories are not like, and then a nuclear bomb went off, and the story was about how mankind survived afterwards.
Okay.
The apocalypse stories are about the end of time because God comes and smites everything.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like end of days apocalypse.
Well, what? Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm confused. Okay, so this I'm struggling here because you said that this is set at like 600 BCE.
Yes, but in those stories where it takes place, they foretell some things that are to come.
Okay, so people 400 years later are taking some random stories from this time frame, and they're saying, look at these prophecies that are from, let's call him Daniel.
Yeah.
And they're going, there's some bad shit that's going to happen at some point in the future based on these writings. Even though when they were written at the same time as the other Babylonian exile prophets that were predicting the demise of Israel because of Babylon. But now that it's past that, we have to like make it mean something else probably. So since we're 400 years later, we can make this sound really smart and about something else.
Sure.
That's how it sounds to me. That's what it
You're
sounds
not- you're
like
not
you're
far
saying,
off.
you know, it sounds like that's what you're telling me.
You're not far off.
Okay.
So the first several chapters, like 1 through 6, remember, I told you are like stories.
Yeah.
They are about this guy named Daniel who
Sure.
was a noble exiled at Babylon.
Okay.
And he was exiled there when he was a child, and it's about how he and his buddies were brought up in the Babylon court.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's the first 6 chapters. The ones after that are something different.
Got it.
Okay? And I'll
Yeah.
get into that in a minute.
Okay.
Okay? Christian interpreters have always viewed the stories recorded in Daniel as predicting events in the New Testament. Okay? Because we've got the Son of God is mentioned, and the Son of Man, and Christ and the Antichrist, that kind of thing. We've got this stuff happening.
Really?
Well, keep in mind, Christ is not a name.
No, I know.
It's
Yeah.
a title.
Correct.
So, it's actually supposed to be like Jesus the Christ, not Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No, I got it.
So when they say Christ and the Antichrist, they're not like talking
it's
about
the
Jesus per se.
for the future, the savior of whatever.
Right, and they talk about a Messiah.
Sure.
Like even Ezekiel talked about a Messiah.
Sure.
So,
But not the Christ or
not specifically Jesus Christ. This like some Messiah guy, and so this is like I know, right? Like some Messiah guy, like he's totally a Christ, totally.
Right.
Like whatever that means, you know.
Yeah.
And the book's intended audience, though, we have to keep in mind, is the Jews of the 2nd century BCE.
Sure.
Not Christians.
Right.
So I really appreciated that note because it serves as a solid reminder that this was not written to appease a Christian audience to retrofit their shit.
No, Christianity took this and ran with it.
Usurped it, yes. And made their religion fit around all of these puzzle pieces.
Sure.
Which, very clever, very well done.
Yeah.
But stop.
I mean, if you want to create a new religion or a new group or a new sect in a religion, it definitely helps to take the old stuff and use it to base your new ideas off of. And that way you can get people to believe it, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So if you want to break away, like, hey, this is what's happened. And now we're going to be separate over here because those people got it wrong. Yeah.
So I don't know. Whatever.
Sure. I'm
annoying.
curious about this book, this book.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to say
So
chapter.
I wanted to say all of this before we get into it because it to me it matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The book can be divided into 2 parts, like I said. The first 6 chapters are a set of 6 court tales,
Okay.
which is what I said.
Yeah.
And they were mostly written in Aramaic.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which kind of what I said. The next chapters 7 through 12 are 4 apocalyptic visions, mostly written in Hebrew.
Okay.
So there's that. Now, having said that, the Deuterocanonical books contain 3 additional sections.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to get my hands on these.
The Deuterocanonical. What does that mean exactly?
It just means that there were 3 stories running around back then that sometimes were in versions and sometimes were not.
Got it.
So for whatever reason, these were left out of the final product,
Okay.
but they were present at the same time.
All right.
Okay, they're
I'd be
stories
curious
that were
if
there.
they're still in the Jewish version of whatever, if this is something that's in there or what. I don't even know if Daniel's in there for sure, but I would assume it is.
I'd have to look. I think so, but
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
All right.
Oh, no, I do know. I did see this. It is listed as one of the writings instead of one of the prophets.
Okay. All right.
So, because the time period that they were putting all this together.
Yeah.
This one was a latecomer.
Right.
And so they stuck it in the writings. Also because it's stories instead of...
And I would also imagine that this holds a lot more weight for Christians, and therefore during the split between Christianity and Judaism, probably it gave this less weight with the Jewish community than it did. You know what I mean? Like they might have tried to distance themselves from this a bit.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
So the 3 stories that are left out that, again, I'm really going to try to get my hands on are the Prayer of Azariah and Song of the 3 Holy Children. That's one.
All right.
The next one is Susanna.
Yeah. Oh, Susanna. Yeah, sorry.
Oh my God. And the third one, this is the one I really want. Bel and the Dragon. Right?
Yeah.
We've heard reference to that before.
We have. I don't know where, but
somewhere in our readings.
Sure.
But yeah, I want these.
Right. Yeah,
I want to read them. And I think if we are able to find copies or translations online or something,
right.
When we get to the end of what is this, Daniel?
Right.
I'd like to read those 3.
Yeah.
As though they are part of, because they, I think, should be. You know, they were running around at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This book is filled with monsters, angels, and numerology drawn from a wide range of various sources.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the, Aramaic, and there's some Persian stuff. So...
Right.
Just like very exciting.
Yeah.
The Book of Daniel is a composite text of dubious historicity, meaning it's not telling you shit that actually happened, or it's recording events that may or may not be exactly how they went down.
Right.
And these are from various genres, and Daniel himself is a legendary figure. So he's not a real guy.
So this is just it's a fiction.
That's why it's in the writings.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me tell you a little bit more. Oh, you know what? No, that was the end of the intro. Apologies.
Okay.
Then it gets into my notes.
Sounds good.
My notes is. Yeah. So are we ready to start this chapter finally?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Daniel now.
Sure.
Daniel, chapter 1.
Daniel, chapter 1.
In the 3rd year of the reign of Joachim, king of Judah.
So we're back there. Okay.
Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, came to Jerusalem and besieged it.
Sounds familiar.
Remember? Yeah. And the Lord delivered Joachim, king of Judah, into his hand, along with some of the articles from the temple of God, which we recall this.
Right.
These he carried off to the temple of his God in Babylonia and put it in the treasure house of his God. Then the king ordered Ashpenaz, chief of his court officials, to bring into the king's service some of the Israelites from the royal family and the nobility.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when Ezekiel went.
Yeah. Young men without any physical defect, handsome, showing aptitude for every kind of learning, well-informed, quick to understand, and qualified to serve in the king's palace.
Okay.
So here's the thing. He wanted them like super handsome so that they looked great. So no ugly people.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And he wanted them to be really smart so he could train them up, because the Chaldeans were the main people at this point of the Babylonians.
Oh, okay.
And remember, they were the smart astrology guys.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Babylonian people were of Chaldean, either like that's what they were, or they were of Chaldean descent.
Got it.
And that came straight from my notes. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. I saw the look on your face. But that's why he wanted smart kids that were handsome.
Got it.
Okay. He was to teach them the language and literature of the Babylonians. The king assigned them a daily amount of food and wine from the king's table. Ooh.
Okay.
They were to be trained for 3 years, and after that, they were to enter the king's service.
Okay.
So he's basically like taking kids from somewhere else, and he's like, you're my servant now, and you will learn our ways.
Got it.
Which is interesting to me. It makes me think of in Game of Thrones, Theon. He was the one that was not related to Jon Snow and the family, but they took him in, and he was actually from a different family.
Right.
but they always treated him as though he was part of the family.
Yeah.
So it makes me feel like it's kind of that kind of thing, you know? Among those who were chosen were some from Judah: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The chief official gave them new names. To Daniel, the name Belteshazzar. To Hananiah, Shadrach. To Mishael, Meshash. And to Azariah, Abednego.
Okay. All right.
So they did have their, Jewish names, but now they have Babylonian names because you're a Babylonian now.
Right.
Make peace with that.
Yep.
But Daniel resolved not to defile himself with the royal food and wine, and he asked the chief official for permission not to defile himself this way. Now, God had caused the official to show favor and compassion to Daniel, but the official told Daniel, "I am afraid of my lord the king, who has assigned your food and drink. Why should he see you looking worse than the other young men your age? The king would then have my head because of you." He's like, "I can only do so much, my guy."
Right, yeah.
Daniel then said to the guard whom the chief official had appointed over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, "Please test your servants for 10 days. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat the royal food, and treat your servants in accordance with what you see." So he's like, just try it.
Sure.
So the dude agreed to this and tested them for 10 days. At the end of the 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any of the young men who ate the royal food.
I'm sure this was God's doing.
Oh, it was. It was. Yeah,
right,
God's going to play a big part in this.
Got it.
Yep,
I can already tell that this is going to be a sickening amount of God did this for them and God
It reminds me of Moses and the Pharaoh, right? Like when Moses was like, "I'm totally want to do this," and the Pharaoh was like, "No," and he was like, "Just try me."
Right.
And then, of course, God had Moses' back, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the guard took away their choice food and the wine they were to drink and gave them vegetables instead. So he's like, "All right, as long as you don't look like shit.
Right.
I'm fine with that, whatevs."
Yeah.
To these 4 young men, God gave knowledge and understanding of all kinds of literature and learning. And Daniel could understand visions and dreams of all kinds. Because of course he could. He's also Joseph.
Right. No, I was about to say, it sounds very similar to Joseph. Yeah.
Yes. At the end of the time set by the king to bring them into his service, the chief official presented them to Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them, and he found none equal to Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's service.
Okay.
So they are in.
Yeah.
In every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king questioned them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and enchanters in his whole kingdom.
Wow.
And Daniel remained there until the first year of King Cyrus. The end.
Oh, okay.
That's the first chapter.
Got it.
Okay?
So that's our introduction to Daniel.
Which apparently the first chapter was written a lot later, and as an intro to this. I do have a little note about that.
We can't just jump right in. We gotta give a little bit of backstory here.
Yeah, chapter 1 was apparently added as an introduction to the tales when they were collected around the end of the 3rd century BCE.
Okay.
And this chapter talks about the 3 guys and Daniel and his 3 guys.
I can actually appreciate that because we have actually been talking all through the Bible how there's a very much a lack of character development.
Yeah.
Right. And now we finally have some character development.
Right.
Which is a nice change, actually.
It is. It's like, hey, remember back when this war shit was happening?
Right.
And remember when that king was stealing people? Remember? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I do remember that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find it very helpful.
I will say that knowing that this is written so far after these events hypothetically took place does take away from the magic that maybe some people that read this that think that this is a real thing might feel. Yeah. So not that I would feel the magic either way because I don't believe in God.
Right.
But it does strike more of this is like a fanfic of biblical writings or something. Yeah.
Fanfic of the times.
Right. Yeah. So, but that being said, I might be able to enjoy this book with...
You might be able to enjoy the first 6 chapters, which are story. Let us not forget that what comes after is something different.
Right. No, I got it. Yeah, but this type of writing is a somewhat...
It's palatable.
It's palatable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say for now.
Yeah.
Because I don't really know much about Daniel, and I don't know much about the chapters after the first 6 chapters, or really any of them. But, I mean... So far, so good.
So far, so good, right?
We have a story going.
I'm really intrigued. I want to see what happens next. I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, we're reading it. We got to read it anyway.
Sure.
I would like to be enthusiastic rather than, God damn it, I hate this fucking book.
Definitely.
So I'm in.
Definitely. All right. Well, that was the first chapter of Daniel.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with...
Daniel, chapter 2.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.